Welcome back to setting up your gradebook in Moodle with total points. This is part 2. Now, you've already set up your categories right here. Now that you've got your categories set up, we're going to scroll down. We're going to go back to our main page so we can create some assignments. So I click and make sure editing is turned on. I click add an activity or resource. I'm going to set up an assignment. I'm going to call this assignment 1. You have to finish the description box. The description box has additional information. You'll learn more about that in your training, but I just want to briefly talk about each of the sections when creating an assignment. If these boxes are checked, because of the way that we use Moodle, you want to uncheck those boxes. Submission settings. This is how you want the kids to submit their work to you. Do you want them to do online text? Do you want them to upload a file? How many files do you want them to be able to upload? I would leave the maximum submission size to the course upload limit. Submission comments. Do you want them to be able to make comments about their submission when they upload it? I would change the feedback settings. I would make them all yes, just because it's nice to have those options to provide feedback in whatever way you would like. Now, since we are doing total points, not every assignment will have the maximum grade of 100. So you need to decide how many points this assignment is worth. I'm going to say this is a relatively small assignment and it's worth 10 points. The grading method is the simple direct grading for this particular assignment. The grade category, I need to change that and make it whatever category is appropriate. Course grades. You may remember from our previous video that you might have additional categories. These are the ones that I have. If you choose uncategorized, that just creates work for you later, so try to remember to choose course grades here. Now the next thing that is very important is right here. It says ID number. Every assignment, quiz, everything you create needs to have an ID number. You need to come up with a naming convention for your assignments and quizzes that makes sense to you. Here are some examples. Let's say I have a unit called Author Style and Voice. It's textbook unit 8. For the first assignment, Poetry Literary Terms, I might call that 8A1 because it's unit 8, assignment 1. The second assignment would be 8A2. The first quiz would be HQ1. The third assignment would be HA3. The second quiz would be HQ2. And then the test would be 8T. That's just one way that you might choose to name your assignment. However, you might not want to do the 8. You might choose like SV for Style and Voice. So it might be SVA1 for Style and Voice Assignment 1, SVA2, SVA3. Or you may choose not to differentiate between the separate units or sections as you teach, and you may just number your assignments and quizzes all the way through your entire course. So A1, A2, A3, and continue through the next unit as well and just pick up with A4, A5. You cannot duplicate numbers. So, and then Q1, Q2, test might be T1, T2, however you prefer to do it. These are just some examples, but just whatever makes sense to you. So this is, you know, I'm just making this up as an example. I'm only going to have one assignment. I don't have any units. I'm just going to label it ID number A1. Save and return to course. You could display it if you wanted, but we're going to return to course. I'm going to add another assignment. Label it assignment 2. This one's going to be labeled A2. It's very important that you give everything an ID number. Very important. You can always go back later and give it an ID number if you forget. Okay, now I'm going to add a quiz. I'm just giving examples. Quiz 2. Again, I need to put in the category. I need to tell how many attempts are allowed. You can choose to allow more than one attempt on a quiz. That's just kind of up to you, and that discussion can take place in your training session. Also, down here in the review options, this determines the behavior of the quiz, when they're allowed to take it, what kind of feedback they receive, and so forth. I want to make sure that I told it. Yep. Sorry about that. Now I need to give it an ID number of Q1. Save and return to course. The points for quizzes are determined in a different location, and you will learn to make quizzes in your training sessions. Now that I have these items in, I can go to my gradebook. So let's go back to the gradebook. So click on grades. And you'll see that now, go back to full view, makes it look a little bit easier to read. You can see under my course grades, I now have assignment 1, quiz 2, and down here, remember earlier when I said it's important to make sure that you give everything a category? I didn't give assignment 2 a category. So it's kind of orphaned down here by itself. But that's easy to fix. All I have to do is scroll over, check this box on the far right, where it says Move Selected Items to. I'm going to click that and choose Course Grades, which is the category that I want to move it to. And it's moved it up here now. So now you can see my categories are grouped together. Now, as you go back up to full view and look at the grader report again, you'll see that your assignments line up here. Your students will appear in a column here. and their grades will fill in right here. There's just nothing here to show you right now, but you'll see that in training. So there you go. That's how to create your gradebook with total points. If you have any questions, feel free to call or email me. I'll be glad to help you.